Welcome to Sacramento, the western starting point for the first transcontinental railroad. We had the opportunity to attend the 2011 National Train Show, which is the finale for the annual National Model Railroad Association Convention. Attendees had the opportunity to visit numerous local layouts, including Dave Houston's incredible Southern Pacific Rockland sub, and learn modeling techniques from the masters during how-to clinics. Join us as we spend time with award-winning layouts, including La Baja from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and the huge HO Freemo setup, which was a combination of 5 clubs from the United States and Canada.
We're here with Jerry Fregon from La Baja. La Baja is a modular group that's actually from Canada, a little ways from home. They're celebrating their 40th anniversary, 20th anniversary of the show. And before we get started, first of all, congratulations on winning Best in Show. Oh. Unbelievable layout, one of the most spectacular that I've ever seen. And we want to just come and spend a few minutes with you so you could share with folks who didn't have a chance to make the show what makes you guys an award-winning club.
Well, it is our 20th anniversary, like you mentioned. We wanted to do something special, something different for ourselves, and the layout essentially is designed and built to show to the public. It's not what you'd call true prototype, but it shows all the possibilities of prototype.
You know, Jerry, as you look around the layout, you know, right behind us is a gas refinery that's under construction. It's fully lit. And if we look around the layout, one of the things you pointed out, if you could tell us about how you come up with ideas for scenes, like the one on the other side that we'll show folks.
A lot of it will be somebody be driving down the road or something they'll remember from their childhood or whatever it is, and then everybody throws something in the pot, and one guy will start it off with an idea, and then the next guy will add another piece to it, another piece, and then okay, now this is something that, well, we can buy these parts, we're going to have to make the rest. How are we going to make the rest? So those all come into conversation when we make our decisions how we're going to go about doing it.
So tell us about the moose scene that was on the other side and how it progresses all the way to a skunk.
Well, it starts off, you got to have a moose. Well, you got to have a watering hole for the moose. So if you got a watering hole, yeah, they're going to, in Alberta, we're going to have beaver. So you got stumps chewed off and everything by the beaver. He's got his dam across the creek. All the other waterfowl and got a good place for them to feed. Lots for them. Well, they're going to lay eggs, so there's eggs in the nest down at the far end. And well, if you got eggs, chances are there's going to be a predator for those around. So we got the little skunks trying to sneak up, trying to get some dinner too. So it all kind of rolls back into itself. It's part of nature. It's what it is. Try to bring all pieces of it together.
So one of the neat things that you added just for this show, or unveiling here at the show, is a follow road system. Tell us a little bit about that and how it operates. Okay,
it's actually a steel wire buried in the ground. It's about 10,000ths of an inch below the surface. Now to come down here, we decided, well, we better really make this impressive. So what they did then is we took 2 modules, or 3 modules actually, wiped them clean, rebuilt the town scene, put the roads and everything on, and the process about 3 months. We took to put it together to get it down here. We detailed the interiors on the buildings, a lot of little comedic scenes and everything. The names on the buildings you got to look at close and things of that nature. Along the streets, all the parking meters and all those types of things. Again, those are things that we build because we can't buy them, but they say it don't matter, we'll buy it or we'll find a way to make it. One of our younger members actually is very good with electronics. He's electronics engineer, sorry. He actually scratch built the street lights. They have the proper working walk lights, wait lights, directional signals, and the vehicles are all programmed. There's stop mechanisms built into under the table that we've designed and built to actually stop and start the vehicles, and they work with the street lights. So if it pulls up to a red light, it's going to stop. It'll sequence through, so you don't know specifically if it's going to be red or green when it gets there, but if it's red, it'll stop. If it's green, it'll continue right on through it.
Well, you know, as we look around, a lot of engaging scenes too. You guys bring in a lot of animation. I see like there's helicopters with rotating blades, airplanes with propellers that are working.
That's a huge part of it to us, to draw people in. We make sure that we've got enough members around to keep some activity going, but more importantly, for the conversations. We keep divided out, keep separated, so each guys, you can keep on and go through and explain how things were built or where the ideas come from, whatever it is, so that we can entice people into the hobby, basically.
Well, Jerry, that's one of the things we noticed as we were kind of standing back before we came up watching people with the layout. You know, first of all, it's engaging, it draws them in, but your group is an amazing group. I've heard some of the conversations they've had with folks and how they are helping them, introducing them to the hobby for the first time. And you guys are really ambassadors, and that's a really great thing for our hobby. As we wrap up, got to tell you, congratulations, a beautiful layout. I hope that we can even just convey a portion of how just unbelievable it is. And we certainly congratulate you and your group, and thanks so much for taking time with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It always is for us. This is what we enjoy. So
I'm here with Bob Shrimp. Bob is with Fremo, and Fremo is a pretty interesting concept where module group comes together, but it's not a traditional module layout. Bob, tell us a little bit about it and the groups that are here.
Okay, well, Fremo is a point-to-point or a point-to-loop layout. We emphasize prototype modeling and realistic, plausible things. So our goal is to make something that looks like you would see out there in the real world. This is my home layout. I get to run on it 2 or 3 times a year. It's different every time we set it up. We don't have a set thing. We emphasize and suggest you find a real location that you want to model and make a module that matches that location. Over behind us is Glen Fraser, which is in the Franklin Canyon, which is near Martinez, California in the East Bay. It's done by Greg Furman. He actually went out, took pictures of Franklin Canyon and of the section, and then built a module to do it. He had to compress it a little bit because, otherwise it would have been about 30 or 40 feet long, and he just doesn't have that much room to transport it. But I've been to other setups. We were set up in Concord one time, and people were coming through one after another, and they would look at it and they'd go, "Is this Glen Fraser in Franklin Canyon?" And they knew it when they saw it. They knew exactly where it was.
That's got to be the highest compliment.
It was. We've got modules here from the LA area, San Luis Obispo on the Central Coast, Northern California, Fremont, which is the Bay Area, Sacramento, as well as 4 modules came in from Kansas, and then a whole section here came in from Chilliwack, British Columbia.
So one of the great things too, congratulations, you guys were 2nd place overall for Best in Show, or for modules.
Best group module overall.
And then Chilliwack won Judge's Choice.
Yes, I believe they won the Judge's Choice for their yard here that we're in front of. Fremo's a philosophy, and we like to say it's more than just a standard. And so the first thing is you need to have the philosophy that you want to build a prototypical model and really want to go to detail. That's the first thing we really like to stress. And then after that, you go to fremo.org, that's the website, and our standards are out there, and they dictate everything and show you everything we do. We don't tell you how to build your frame. We don't tell you how to build your legs. We don't tell you what kind of track to use. We don't tell you how long your module is. Your module can be any length. We've got modules here that are 7 inches long, and we've got modules here that are 48 feet long.
Wow, that's impressive.
Like this yard module here, well, it might not be quite 48, but like this module here, I don't know, it's about 25 or 30 feet long, and it's considered one module.
So now tell us a little bit about, you used a lot of terms there that maybe some newcomers aren't as familiar with. How can they get help from different organizations to get started if they're interested?
So I told you about our Fremo website. We also have a Yahoo chat group, and we talk on that group, and people come in that are looking for information, and they ask questions, and there's over 1,000 people signed up that read that list. And anytime anybody asks a question, it's usually less than a day, and there's 3 answers or more coming back on helping explain it. We get a lot of questions of, is there somebody doing Fremo in my area? And we throw that out onto the list, and there's usually somebody there. There's 50 or more Fremo groups across North America running right now.
Wow. Well, really impressive. It's neat to see the free form and how it all flows together, and it's great that you have pulled so many folks, not only from here in the U.S., but in Canada, to come here to the National Train Show. Congratulations on your awards. Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Well, that's the whole point of Fremo. One standard, build to it, stick to the standard, and you can cross the country and set up with other people all over.
Wow. Well, great. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it, Bob.